Hi guys, welcome to class. Sorry for the delay. This is a speaking class for upper intermediate and advanced students, although anyone is welcome as always. We'll adapt to your level as you come in. So I'm just going to ask you a range of questions just to get you speaking and to practice and stuff. So Chow, how are you today?
I'm pretty good.
Cool.
What's new?
Nothing much. What's new with you? You okay?
No, I got a ticket for a basketball game next week, so it will be fun.
Who's playing?
Jason McCurdy, some NBA player, they come to China, and there will be a game show. Yeah.
Cool. So in China, I've heard that basketball is very popular, like in America. In the UK, it's not. Although I used to play when I was really, really young. I liked basketball. It's cool, but I was too short, so maybe not. So that's cool. Okay. So Dennis, how are you? Hi guys, welcome to class. Sorry for the delay. This is a speaking class. I can hear myself. I don't like it. Okay, Dennis. Anyone is welcome as always. Marina's then. As you come in. So I'm just going to ask you a range of microphone. Marina, are you there? Ciao, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
I'll mute you for the minute just because I don't hear the conversation. It's too bad. Okay, so Dennis, are you there?
Yeah. Hello, Martin.
Good to speak with you. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Cool. Okay, and Marina, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm here.
Okay, Marina, we can hear us echoing, so we can hear our conversation again. Have you got the Verbling website open in another tab?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you.
No worries. I'll mute you and I'll just write to you, okay? 1 second. Okay. Okay, so Marina, I think you have the Verbling webpage open in another tab, okay? So just close this, just because we can hear the video playing. Okay, so Dennis, are you there?
Yeah. Hello, Martin.
Good to speak with you, okay? Okay. So Marina, can you hear us, the video playing? I'll just share my screen with you, 1 sec. Okay, so if you check my screen, you may have the Verbling video playing in another tab, yeah? So just either stop the video or close Verbling. Oh, she's gone. Okay, hopefully she's back. Okay, so anyway, let's go on. So I'm going to ask you some very challenging questions just to get you practicing speaking and stuff like this. So, who's my first victim? Chow or Dennis? Dennis, I think Dennis.
Okay.
Leader or follower? This is one of my favorite questions, yeah? So I apologize if I've asked you this before. This is one of my favorite questions of all. But Dennis, I think I've asked Chow this before, but Dennis, I don't think I've asked you. So Dennis, leader or follower? What would you rather be?
And what's the difference?
What?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Okay, I got it. Okay. In what kind of action?
You decide.
What kind of sphere of life?
And explain everything. So explain in one area I would prefer to be blue, just in any area, in general terms.
Okay, leader. In what I'm doing now in science, say.
Yep.
But not in politics.
Okay.
And so, not in business.
Okay, so you'd like to lead maybe your area in science, things like this. You'd like to manage a lab or something. I'm not sure. What kind of leader would you like to be in your field, in your area?
I would like to be a person who have discovered something.
Yeah.
Very important, maybe not so important, but something which would be very useful to another people, and which people started using it
Yeah.
and started to be my followers.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to lead, for example, project manage. So you wouldn't want to lead the project. You'd just like to invent something new, and everyone's like, "Wow, Dennis is so cool. He invented this." Okay.
No, not so cool, but people start developing it, and people start discovering something new,
Yeah.
and make it more wide, to make it more
Widespread. Yeah.
interesting.
So yeah.
And
Widespread. I said this, but I don't know if it's widespread. Just means like more people use it. Yes, and more popular and stuff. But I don't think you meant that actually. Okay, so so you would like to invent something so it becomes popular, so it becomes revolutionary, so that it changes the way we do things like this. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, that's cool. Marina, can we hear you?
Yes, now it's okay.
Yes. Good. Okay, so Marina, good to speak with you. Did you hear the first question I asked?
What?
Did you manage to catch the first question? So the first question was, would you rather be a leader or a follower?
Oh, I can't hear you very well.
No worries. Okay, so I'll write it down for you. So would you rather be a leader or a follower? We can't hear to get the context, yeah? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so we'll come back to Marina. Okay, Ciao. What would you say?
Yeah, I would be a follower first and then lead it.
To test the water, yeah? So to tread the water a bit, to see about the situation, to see if it's safe, to see if you're comfortable leading, right? Or why?
Yeah. I mean, just be a follower and you can find the shortcut. And after you get some experiences about it, and you can lead it. And for some, if you want to, if I want to give a specific example, just if you are in a group and you need a leader, and so in that situation, I would like to be a follower, but in the leader in trouble, I can jump out and say, I can help you do that.
Okay, so it depends on the situation, but would it depend also? Could you, for example, lead a certain thing and not lead another thing? So, for example, Dennis said he could lead something in his field, but he couldn't be a politician, he couldn't be a business leader. For you, could you categorize it, or just generally you would say you'd prefer to be a follower first and then you could be a leader for anything?
If I have some idea that innovative, yeah, and it has some flying future, I can say it, I would be a leader. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're confident in the future, then you could lead it. And do you think anyone could lead if they're given something good to lead? Yeah. So does everyone have the capability of leading if they're given the right thing to lead?
Right thing to lead.
Yeah, the right thing for them to lead. So in Dennis's case, it'd be something to do with science.
Just find their own talent on something and they can lead it.
Okay.
I am not sure actually if someone just not good at lead something or they just want to be a anonymous. Yeah, that is I don't know, some innate.
Okay, so that's quite interesting. Franco, what would you say? You've just joined. Welcome, and I think it is the first time we've spoken. So where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Cool, welcome. Okay, and what would you say to this question? Would you rather be a leader or a follower? And what kind of character do you think you have? The character of a leader, the mentality of a leader, or the mentality of a follower?
That was a good question.
I thought so.
Well, I think
We lost him.
Mhm. Okay, so Carlos, you there? Same question to you, Carlos. What would you say? And welcome, Carlos. And also, we haven't spoken before, or have we spoken? Is it the first time we've spoken?
Yeah.
Perfect. So welcome, Carlos.
Nice.
Welcome. Everyone's dropping out like flies. Yeah, I don't know if there's a technical problem. But Carlos, what would you say, leader or follower?
What is the difference, leader and follower?
What would you say? So, what do you understand the difference to be? So, what is a leader, and what is a follower?
Leader.
Yeah, what is a leader?
Uh, Leader is a person with
Yep. A person with. Can you hear? Can you hear? Chow, I don't know if there is technical problems there. Could be so today.
I
But
think actually I can barely hear from him.
okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Clearly enough. Okay, that's cool. So we'll go to Suri. Joined us.
Hello. Sorry.
That's okay, Suri. Wow, cool. We can definitely hear you. So, Suri, how are you today?
I'm fine, as usual.
Cool. No worries. So I'm just asking some random questions just to practice speaking, things like this. And the first question I asked is, are you more comfortable as a leader or as a follower? What character do you have?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I want to be a leader, but if the files I didn't, if I didn't expert in the, I don't have any expertise in the files, I would be prefer to be a follower first. But in my file, of course, I want to be a leader to change someone's view, to change everybody's view.
Okay, so that's good. So, but do you think everyone is? Do you think everyone, Sri, has an ego? Do you know what this means? An ego.
Ego?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, could you describe for those who don't know what an ego is, what an ego is?
It's like acting to. Sorry, I don't have any idea to explain.
No worries. You can try though, Sri. Go on. Try.
Can you please, give the turn to anybody else first?
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so Sebastian has joined. Chow says long time no see. I don't know if we have seen before. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so welcome, Sebastian. Cool that you could join. Leader or follower? But first, before I ask you this question, what is an ego? Could you describe what an ego is?
Ego.
Yeah, an ego.
Yeah, is the self-confidence that you have in yourself.
Okay, so it's like self-confidence.
Yeah, it could be in a bad way, for sure.
Can it be in a good way?
And a bad way, both.
Both. And how big is your ego?
No, I think my ego is under control.
It's under control, okay. Yeah? And what does it mean when you say under control?
I mean, if you don't...
You have the right to have...
Yeah, if you don't have ego, I mean, you will be a depressive person. So you have to at least have a little bit of ego.
So it's necessary to have a bit of an ego. What would you say to this, Chow? What is an ego? Do you agree with his definition? And how big is your ego?
Ego, I think, includes some self-confidence, self-esteem, and you just, it is, basically it is. And for me, actually, because I like tourism, and it tells us that not too much ego and just no radical desire. And so, but I do have some ego because I think it can be a good thing because you just think about yourself seriously and you can pursue something and just fight for it. Yeah, it can be a goal.
Yeah, if you
But
have the
sometimes it can be turned into a negative part because you can be selfish, just think about yourself. Yeah.
okay, and could you describe someone you know, maybe at university or whatever, who you consider to have too big an ego, and what is this person like?
Too big ego.
Too big an ego. So has yeah, we use this structure a lot. Too big an ego. His ego is too big, or her ego is too big.
I I don't know. Somebody always put some news on Facebook or something. I'm doing something and I'm gonna eat breakfast and I feel sad today and he just want to tell the world that what he's doing or something. And also, yeah, if something
Pues
offend him,
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
if somebody offend him, he would be uncomfortable. Yeah, just
Okay.
like that.
Okay, so like big on self promotion and very sensitive, you can say. So,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So, with that in mind, is someone with an ego a strong person, Dennis? So, Charles said, and someone with an ego gets offended easily. So that means, for example, they're a bit weak, no?
I found it easily.
Easily, yeah. So someone with an ego can be offended easily offended.
Maybe sometimes, but it's not necessary. It could be a really strong person. We always have an ego. It's normal and it's good and it's better to have it. Of course, than that. You have to see some kind of sorry. You have to see some kind of benefit in what you're doing, because otherwise, and it's not selfish. You can do something for all people, for I don't know, science in general, for some very good purpose.
One second, I'll just tell Enrique.
Yeah.
Enrique, we can hear some noise just from you a little bit, so we're going to mute you. But when you want to speak, just unmute yourself, okay? So don't worry too much. We'll just mute you for now. We'll come back to you, okay? Sorry, Dennis. Yep, please.
You should have a goal. You should have a goal, and it's by definition, it's a selfish. To achieve a goal, it's selfish.
Yeah.
But it's not so bad.
So we are all selfish.
You should have a motivation. You should have something. Because it's selfish, especially when you are a young man, and it's much more better to be selfish when you are a young man, because otherwise you are in the risk to be, how can I say, outsider, to become an outsider in your life.
Yep.
If you don't have, if you don't want to achieve something.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to have this kind of desire, this kind of so to do something, and like Charles says, girl in a goal. Okay. So that's cool.
Yes. I thought about it.
Yeah. Thinking the same. Okay. So Dennis has said we're selfish. Sebastian says we all have an ego. So, Carlos, welcome. You there? Yeah, that's the point. What happens if your goal is to have a girl? Then you have to have a girl, and then a goal to get a girl, right? Because if you have to have both of them at the same time, you can't have. Okay, yeah, let's not go there. So, Carlos, can you hear?
I hear.
By the way, that girl and goal thing's like the chicken and egg, I'm sure. Okay, so Carlos. Okay, so people have said we're selfish. People said we all have an ego. So if I ask you this question, would you prefer to be a leader or a follower? Would you be lying if you said follower?
Repeat, please. I don't understand.
Okay, no worries, no worries. It's a difficult question. So, the original question I asked was, would you rather be a leader or a follower? Okay, and I've asked some others this question, and some answers we've got are, we all have an ego. Yeah, it's healthy to have a little bit of an ego. Also, that we are all a little bit selfish. So, Carlos, would you be lying if you said you would prefer to be a follower and not a leader?
I don't know.
No worries. It's like, don't answer this question. Okay, I'll ask you a simple one then. So, would you rather be a leader or a follower?
Follower.
Why?
I like to uh, follow the person.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, so you'd like someone else to take the lead. But do you think you have an ego? And is it possible to have an ego and to want to be a follower?
Ego. Do you say ego is the same significance in Spanish?
Yeah.
Does anyone? Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yep. So, Carlos, do you have an ego?
No, I have ego.
Okay, no worries, no worries. But are you selfish? Are you selfish? I'll write this word down. To be selfish, meaning you just think about yourself. You think about your own needs before you think about other people. I'm reading the messages on chat as we go along, yes? Okay, so, yeah, I'll come back to you, Carlos. Just have a think, we'll come back. Enrique, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Enrique, what would you say to this? So, leader, follower, and are you lying if you say a follower?
I ego is a person important person. Yeah.
Not necessarily important things they're important, maybe. Yes, I think that's the key thing. Yeah, so not necessarily important.
As it one person that appear more than to others, or not.
Yeah, who probably So this is has anyone else got a better definition of what an ego is? Yeah. So has anyone else got anything to add about this definition? Let's get an official definition, yeah, because I know what an ego is, but I can't explain it. So let's get an official.
A leader is a ego.
An egotistical person, you could say, yeah. So to be a leader, some people say you have to be egotistical. The I or self of any person. A person is thinking, feeling, willing, distinguishing itself. Yeah. So basically, an ego is what makes you think you are different from other people. So makes you think you are special, you are unique. No one else is like.
Yes, it's your conscious attitude to your life.
Yep.
As an opposite to unconscious. Conscious.
So Enrique, are you different from everyone else?
So it's not a selfishness. It's not a selfishness.
It's just what makes you think you are different. So what distinguishes yourself from the rest? But
ego is your thinking, is your feeling, and
Having a sense of self-importance, maybe.
So yeah, so the feeling of self-importance, you are good. Yeah, you feel you are different from everyone else, presumably in a positive way. Yeah, you wouldn't say, oh, I have an ego because I'm the worst person in the world. It would be more like, yeah, I have an ego because I'm fudging good. Yeah, so this kind of thing. Okay, so Enrique,
Yeah.
with that in mind, do you have an ego?
I I don't know if I have an ego.
Okay,
I would like to be a leader, no, but
you would like to be a leader.
yes, and leader would be a ego. No? My ego will be.
Yeah, because you would think, to want to be a leader, you would think, I can be a leader because I'm different from other people. I can be a leader. Yes, I have the characteristics, and not everyone else has the characteristics to be a leader. Yes, that would be having an ego. But do the two link? So to want to be a leader, to have this kind of desire to be a leader or in a leadership role, do the two link? Do you have to have an ego? And can you have an ego if you just want to be a follower? Sebastian, what would you say? If you just want to be a follower, is it possible to have an ego?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, if you are a leader, or you want to be a leader, it's like you say, it's like a link. It's like, okay, all people have ego. All people, and we are selfish in some ways, different contexts, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're a follower, your ego, it has to. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, to be a follower is not a negative thing. So to have an ego and be a follower, it doesn't
link.
No, it does, I think.
Okay, and the thing is also, because I think it's more popular to say you would like to be a leader, right? So if anyone asked this question to you, probably the more popular answer would be to be a leader, because they want to be like the boss, yeah, and doing this thing around the chair. Yeah, but maybe it takes someone special to say they would like to be a leader and not, they would like to be a follower rather than a leader, yeah, to not want to be the most powerful person, maybe, I'm not sure. But I want to ask what, it's difficult to generalize, but what if I ask this question to the average person in your city or your country, what would they say? Okay, so let's start with Serene. So if I just went on the streets of your city and I asked this question to a random person, what would be the answer?
Sorry, I don't get you.
No way. So I come to your city, I come to your country, I go on the street with my clipboard, yeah, and I ask this question, leader or follower, what would the average person, how would the average person respond to my question?
It's a kind of hard question because some of Indonesians are maybe prefer to be a follower than the leaders, because to become a leader they need to be brave, to be bold, and very few people are able to have such.
Okay, but of course it depends on the person. Yeah, it depends on personality as well. But just
Yes.
okay, this is interesting. Sebastian, what would you say? The average person on the
About-
street in your city.
If you're going to ask them,
Yeah.
oh, I just write it in the chat that
Alright.
we have to make the difference between what do I think I am,
Yeah.
and what do I want to be.
Yeah.
Maybe they will say, oh, I want to be a leader,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they will never be a leader.
And to be honest, I'd say that about well, in London, definitely. If you ask the average person, they probably want to be a leader. Yeah, that to live in London, to work in London, they're very motivated by power, by status, by money, stuff like this. So I'd say they want to be a leader, but maybe you're not. If they will be, or if they really have the characteristics to be, that's another question. But if you go to a small town or something, maybe their motivations are different. I'm not sure. So that's interesting. So, but what would you say in your city? What would most people say to this?
I think most people will say they. Wait, just give me five seconds.
Yeah, no worries.
Because I'm thinking about the social.
Shall I come back to you? Do you want to? Should we come back?
Okay.
No worries. Okay, Enrique.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so the average person in your city or your country, how would they answer this question?
Mm, I, can you repeat that, please?
Sure. So, if I went to your city, your country, and I asked this question with a clipboard to a random person, I said, "Can I ask you a question? Would you rather be a leader or a follower?" How would they answer? Sebastian said, "It's important to get the difference between what these people want. So, most people would probably want to be a leader, but whether or not they can be is another question." So, what would you say about your city? How would they answer? The average person on the street. What
I
are their
think that
motivations?
I think that several people here have motivations to be a leader,
So they would
but
also say, "I want to be a leader," but
yes, yes, but actually in Brazil we have uh, the politicians. No? Politicians are a leader, but it's not good. So the most of people are following. Uh,
yeah. And also, for example, if I asked a question, of course everyone's different. Would you want to lead the country? I would say most people in the UK would say no, definitely not, because politicians have a bad reputation. They would want to be certain leaders, maybe running their own business, something like this. They would be interested in, but to run something like a country, probably most people would say no. But of course, everyone's different. There are politicians. There are people wanting to be politicians. Yeah, but it's not. You can't just generalize. But you can generalize, actually. Yes. Most people would probably say no. Okay. So Dennis, how is it in Moscow? I guess people in Moscow are motivated also by good positions and good money. As a guess, would you say more than maybe in some smaller town? Dennis.
Uh, Martin, I'm sorry, I don't hear you.
Okay. No
Is
worries.
it
No worries.
only me?
Can anyone else hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yes, I can
think
hear.
Hangouts must be doing something wrong again. Okay, so we'll see. Hopefully you can hear. Right. Dennis, can you hear now? We'll get Chow to ask the question. You're like, are we sleeping? Okay.
Me.
Yeah. Could you ask Dennis the
I
question
guess.
about? Yeah.
And by the way, I think Dennis can create an entry again, way into our hand. Maybe can solve this problem.
Okay.
Try it, and we'll come back to you. So, Chow, what do you say? So, average person on the street in your city. How would they answer?
You guess first. In China.
It depends. I would say if you're in a city like Beijing or something like this, lots of people would want to be a leader. But the average person would say follower.
Actually, I think they would say, I don't want to be either a leader or a follower. And I think
What?
it is a modest. Yeah, I think they want to be they want to admit that they want to be a leader because others would regard them as too ambitious. But I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear.
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
thinking.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Because you was frozen, so I
Okay. No.
was. And actually, if you want to say you want to be follower, other would regard you as, oh, you are a coward.
Coward. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's the difference between what you're thinking in your head and what you say, right? So
Yeah.
it's about
So
also.
in their mind, they may all want to be a leader, but they won't admit that.
Yeah.
But they would also they won't say they want to be a follower. Yeah.
Because you have this concept like face, right? So losing face. I
Yes,
guess it's
this is
difficult.
an important concept.
How do you manage it? Yeah. So have you ever lost face? And would it be losing face to admit now that you've lost face?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the last?
Okay, so how does this concept of face work? Because I think it exists everywhere, right? But
Yeah.
I've heard that it's particularly so in China, that it's very, very important. Have you ever lost face? And how can you lose face?
You got a failure in public activities, or you just, I don't know, it is a tricky concept. and you didn't earn too much money, and others figure out that, or you just, I don't know, it's just an embarrassing situation.
Okay, so that's interesting. This exists, I would say, also in the UK to an extent. It's about pride. Yeah, it's not necessarily about. It's not maybe. I know this Chinese concept is quite important, face and stuff, but it's about pride and things like this. To not reveal too much information, maybe, or to not be completely direct about things. Yeah, we can say to beat around the bush. Yeah. So if you really think that, you would make it seem like that to make yourself seem a certain, not so as you really are, maybe. Okay.
That's
say,
sometimes it was, makes others confused.
Yeah. So to beat around the bush. It's also so if you're having an argument as well, and you think the person's an idiot, you think their argument is stupid. You can't say, "I think your argument's stupid. I'm right." You have to. So, yeah, it's interesting actually. Yeah, that you say that. Okay. Yeah, but I don't know. But I would say you have to always word it like that. You have to be very careful with how you offend the other person or deal with the other person. It's quite difficult sometimes.
Actually, if you want to, in the past, in the dynasty area, the minister want to give a king advice. The minister won't say directly. He would told the king a story, a historical story, and let the king understand the implied meaning of that.
Yeah. So to imply, and it's quite difficult. Okay, so let's compare then how it is with you. Sari, do you have this? Oh, sorry, I'll go back to Carlos. Carlos, do you have this concept about face? Okay, and I don't know if you understand this or if you've heard about this, but in Chinese culture is quite important, where you can't lose face, meaning you have to. How would you define it? How would you explain what this is? This concept? To lose face, Chow. How would you?
Me?
Yeah, how would you describe it?
It is difficult.
So what is a good face to have? Yeah.
What is good face? You have the good work, and you let others know you have a good work, and you have a beautiful wife, or you got a higher hierarchy in the society, and you are handsome or something. Yeah, just some.
And if you're not any of these things, if you don't have any of these things, you lose your face, right? Okay.
And it is not about some intrinsic virtues or something. All about the sum. Yeah.
So it's interesting. Carlos, how important is it with you and how other people view you? So do you care about how people perceive you, your character, your attitudes, your motivations? Carlos, can you hear?
Yeah, I hear you, but I don't understand. You will speak very fast.
I'll speak slower, don't worry.
I will only listen it.
No, you can speak. I'll speak slower. So, Carlos, how important is it for you that other people perceive you in a certain way? So, do you care how what Chow thinks of you, Carlos? Do you care about other people's opinion about you?
Nothing really. Always speak about me, and
yes.
I don't know what speak about me.
But do you think about other people's opinion about yourself? So, do you worry about what other people think? So, Chow would, right? Chow, you would say yes.
Actually, not really.
Okay, it's interesting. Carlos, I'll come back to you. I'll ask everyone else this question. Just listen to what they're saying and see if you can understand, and we'll ask you again. So, Carlos, don't worry, we'll come back at the end. We'll just ask everyone else. But, Henrique, what about you? Do you care about other people's perceptions of you?
No, I don't impart with it. Don't make the difference in my life.
And if you're having an argument with someone, how can you argue your point of view? Can you just say direct?
I walk or not?
You what, sorry?
Walk or walk?
Walk or...
I didn't understand the word.
No worries. Okay. So if you are having an argument with someone, can you be direct? Can you be direct with them? Can you just say what you think?
No, I don't think the directions is for me, or I give directions for anyone.
No, to be direct, I'll write this down for you. Okay, so to be direct. Right, if I have an argument with you, and you think I'm stupid, yeah, you think my argument makes no sense. To be direct would be to say, Martin, your argument makes no sense. Shut up. Yeah, don't bother arguing with me. Okay, that would be to be direct. You're just saying what you think comes out. Okay. You don't have to, your thoughts, you don't have to translate them and convert them, and then something else comes out, okay? So can you say what you think?
Yeah, I think that I have to speak to the people. It's different, this question.
No worries. Andrew says, to be blunt, this is a good word. I think something, and I say what I think, okay? I just say what I think. Yes. I don't make it polite. I don't say anything else. I just say what I think, and that's to be blunt or to be direct, okay?
I only think about it.
So you think before you speak. Yeah, you think before you speak, and you translate it. Okay, that's interesting. Cool.
First, I think.
Sebastian, what about you? Do you think before you speak?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I can be direct if I have to. If I really have to be direct, I will do it. But it's more common, like my character is always trying to be, I don't know, like friendly. I will say to you, like, you're stupid, but in a nice way. Like,
yeah. You're a bit of a numpty.
You're so yeah. But at the end, I will say to you, you're so stupid.
Yeah, Dennis, and this links to why, for example, recently we've been talking about a lot of words like numpty, or you're a plonker, because I'd say the British would say it, generally speaking, but in another way. They wouldn't say stupid, but you're a bit of a numpty, this kind of thing, and it just makes it sound more friendly, but the other person understands, but in a polite way, so it's very good. Sri, what about you? Are you direct?
Because Indonesians tend to be more indirect to respect people, so we do not say what our feelings to others because we don't want to hurt people. But we tend to use euphemism. For example, we have 12 words of say yes, which means no. Yeah, something like that.
And also, it does link maybe to your profession as well. Did you say you're a nurse?
Pardon?
Did you say you're a nurse?
You're what?
Did you say you're a nurse? Nurse.
Nurse? Can you write it down, please?
Yeah, I heard nurse. Did you say?
No.
Oh, I misunderstood.
I didn't say that.
I thought you said because I'm a nurse, I have to. Okay, I misunderstood.
No, because I'm Indonesian, I said that.
Okay, Indonesian, you said.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So it's also about your culture. I think it does link. But also then linking then to about nurse. I don't know where I had that, but you mentioned Indonesian. Does your profession change how you want others to perceive you? So how important do you attach your profession to your character and how people want to view your character? So Andrew, okay, this is good. Yeah, I've seen this before. What the British say, what the British mean, what others understand. Yeah, so I hear what you say. We say, I'll tell you which ones we say if they're true. I hear what you say, we say a lot. With the greatest respect. This is a very common one. Yeah, with the greatest respect, or the utmost respect, we say. With the greatest respect, I would suggest that your argument is not as thought through as perhaps you thought, or perhaps you intended. Yeah, something like this we would say to mean, basically, you're an idiot. I don't value your opinion. I would shut up now before you make an embarrassment of yourself. Yeah, that's what it means, but in a polite, relatively polite way. Okay, that's a very brave proposal. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that's a very brave proposal, meaning crazy. So don't do it. So, for example, in the company, if a colleague suggests an idea, you'd say, "Oh, that's a very brave proposal," meaning no. So, very interesting. That's clearly nonsense. Wait, I'll bear it in mind. Yes, 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 yes. And sorry, maybe I'm guilty of this. If you say, "Yeah, yeah, Martin, can you do this? Can you do this?" Yeah, yeah, I'll bear it in mind. Meaning, what did you say? Okay, and you must come for dinner. It's not an invitation. I'm just being polite. Yeah, yeah. We say this as well. I'll pop round anytime you like. Yeah, come round anytime. Means please don't come. Yeah, so don't come. I don't really.
Oh yeah, we'll do the same here.
You say, yeah. And some of these probably translate into your languages. You probably have the same. Oh, by the way, yeah, okay. Yeah, if you have the intention of speaking to someone, in fact, I'm going to use these and compare how it is with your language and culture. But, oh, by the way, this happens. So we have to start with some stupid topic like, oh, yeah, yeah, small talk, weather, blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, I checked, if your friend owes money, I checked my bank account, but maybe there's some mistake, yeah? So maybe there's been some mistake, and then they'll say, oh, yeah, yeah, I forgot to pay you. Something like this, yeah, we'd use. But you can't start straight with the point. So, Chow, how is it with your country, your culture? Do you have this kind of way of speaking? I can imagine so.
Yes, we do have such a, yeah.
Okay.
And I found a clips of video about how the Chinese attitude for the ambition. There is a modest, virtue of Chinese, and this video just show it perfectly. Just a few seconds.
Okay,
Maybe.
if you can send, we'll have a look later. So, but it just reminds me of some school reports I got from teachers, yeah, and very, very funny because they don't want to say, oh, some of your answers are strange, yeah, or this is wrong. They say things like, I had a comment, Martin, your perceptions demonstrate that you have a rather unique and slightly unusual perspective on the novel, something like this, yeah. And they're basically saying you haven't understood at all. You should rewrite the essay, yeah.
And between the teacher and the students, in Chinese, the teacher just how should I put it? Just speaks directly to you, and how can you be so stupid with that easy homework? And but if you talk to a leader or somebody superior, and you just have this way. So yeah.
Okay, so with teachers, it depends on the teacher as well. But if you read my school reports, it's quite entertaining. Yeah. So Martin often gets bogged down into the details, meaning Martin writes too much, but is crap. So things like this. Okay. So, but yeah, of course they can't say, yeah, you've done bad. They want to give you the confidence, but it's very, very fun if you look back. Okay, so Dennis, what would you say in your culture and your language, the way of speaking? Is it? I've heard that it's acceptable to be more direct, and it's not seen to be rude if someone is direct. Yeah, you don't hear that as being rude.
Me?
Yeah.
Do you hear me good?
Yep, sure. Yeah, I can hear you well.
Just because I had a very unique problem, I don't know what it was. My attitude, or to speak about
your
Russian
attitude
people,
and to generalize. Yeah, so I generalize maybe, but it's not true for everyone. You get some idiots who would be completely rude to people and things like this. But yeah, to generalize.
Oh, if you speak about Russian people, I don't want to be responsible for all Russian people and for all Russia, of course. But yeah, yes, you should be polite. You should be polite, and you
What I find though is our
and
way
I
is
think
not
all
so
of our.
polite.
I'm sorry, what?
I would say our way, for example, I find it not so polite because I would rather be told directly. Yeah, so you've done this is bad, but you can do this to make it good. Yeah, for me, I would prefer that rather than to try to translate some kind of reading between the lines thing when someone speaks. Yeah, so for me, I find it kind of unpolite that they're not saying directly. But of course,
It depends on situation. It depends on situation. To be blunt, sometimes it means to be stupid.
Okay.
And to be blunt in some kind of extreme way, to extreme extent, it's very stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's better. It's majority of the cases. It's better to not to beat around the bush, of course, but not to offense people, and not to demonstrate your opinion, because it's only your opinion, and it may be not so interesting for other people.
Okay.
So because all people think that their opinion is very important, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, so it depends here. So to control your opinion and just get to the facts. Okay, that's interesting. Enrique, do you like to beat around the bush?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't here. And
No worries. Okay, so to beat around the bush, Sri, could you explain what this, I guess, idiom means, yeah, to beat around the bush?
I take the other way, yes? Yeah.
So to beat around the bush is to go around the point. So they want to say it's shit, yeah? But they say, oh, it's not your best example of work, yeah? Or something like this, to avoid saying directly what they really think, and that is, it's a pile of bush, yeah? Okay, so do you like beating around the bush? Or
yes, I like so much.
I hate it. I'd rather not. But okay, so you like to beat around the bush. You would do this when you speak and stuff. Okay, it's cool. So, round about the trajectory, yeah, cool. Sebastian, what about you? Do you like to beat around the bush, or do you like to go, pow, done?
Well, it depends, but now it's more like you said, like try to be polite. It's kind of stupid being polite, not saying the truth immediately.
Because you all understand the meaning ultimately. We understand, you know, if someone is polite, we understand what they mean anyway. Why can't they just say it, you know?
Yeah. It's my polite way to say that you're stupid, but at the end you're stupid.
I still understand stupid, yeah. No matter whatever you say, I still understand stupid. Okay.
But it's the example that you give about the dinner invitation. And I cannot talk about my country. Okay, I will do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we usually, this is the thing, like the context of, for example, I'm in the street and I see that Chow is there. Hi, Chow, how are you? I'm good, yes. How are you? You have the same phone number? Yes. Oh, dude, what do you think if we hang out next week, for example? Yeah, sure, okay, I will call you. Goodbye, Chow, I will never call you again.
Yeah, and I think maybe with Spanish as well, they're more sociable, more friendly, and more like this and stuff like this, yeah? And it's funny, maybe it's similar in this regard. Or, for example, we should catch up again sometime, yeah? Or we should, or we should stay in touch. This is a common one. We should stay in touch, yeah? So if you're leaving the company or something, you're going to say, yeah, let's stay in touch, meaning, thank you, yeah, for letting us know you, but goodbye, yeah? Good riddance, things like this. Okay, so that's cool. So, Sri, any comments on this? Would you prefer to beat around the bush or to be blunt, to get straight to the point? What would you prefer?
Hello, sir.
Can you hear?
Hello.
Hello?
I can't hear you. Can you repeat that again, please?
Sure. Okay, so do you prefer to beat around the bush, meaning not to say things directly, or do you prefer to be direct, be blunt, be blatant?
Okay. Still, I prefer to beat around the bush I told you many times that I don't want to hurt people in any case.
And this thing, so sometimes it goes against your culture. Sometimes, like things like if your culture dictates that you must do things in a certain way, sometimes it can be tiresome if you don't want to do it that way. Yeah, so that's probably so also
Yes.
in Asian culture as well. So that's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to leave you now because we've run out of time. Good to speak to you as always. I've got some classes later, including an IELTS speaking class. This will be not just for people studying for IELTS, but just be speaking practice. If you're studying for IELTS, please join that if you can. But apart from that, take care and have a good evening, day, whatever. Take care. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care.